We're racing through the streets of Shenzhen, China, chasing down our RoboTaxi, but you'll see that experience in the next video. In this one, you'll get a real look at the city, insane traffic, futuristic electric cars, and how fast everything is developing around us. Let's go. Racing against the time to collect our robot taxi before it leaves us. We were up in our hotel room on the 15th floor. We're kind of out in the country a little bit here. And as we're going down the elevator, JT said, no, we have to drive to the robot taxi. So we're en route. If you look at the top of the buildings, those cranes indicate construction. That's how you know an area is building a lot, when they have a lot of cranes on top of the buildings. And if you're wondering if China is expanding or contracting, just look at the traffic, the number of trucks, the number of vehicles driving. And if you start watching all the vehicles, you'll see that there are very high-end vehicles. And then most of the vehicles on the road are new electric vehicles, like this one right here. So over there's Li. So that's Li over there. I think that one is probably the sexiest. But they have XPENG over here. They have awesome cars. That's a BYD electric car right there. Oh, there is an actual Tesla right there, Model Y. I think they cost around $30,000 here. And there's more construction. I don't recognize a lot of the name brands. I do see Honda, I do see Tesla. But when you're driving long distances, you start looking around and there are company cars like SRM, which I've never heard of, but clearly it's a Chinese brand that, you know, they'll make and produce in China, and you'll never hear about them. Oh, check out this sexy car right up here. This one right there is pretty sexy. That's a Xiaomi. So Xiaomi is really known for their phones. Check out this car. By the way, as you're watching this video, have you paid attention to the streets? And we're somewhere in the AION district. We're heading south, I think, towards the airport or parallel with the airport east. And look at the street, how new the asphalt is. And if you probably haven't paid attention, look at the landscaping, all the flowers. They really take care of their roads. They're also planning the landscaping, and then they have a crew of people maintaining the flowers and the vegetation along the paths. Yesterday, we drove all the way out to Dongguan, and you'll notice that they maintained all of that. And then if you're driving enough, you're gonna see that there's like a mountain of these scooters. And all of these scooters today and this day and age are electric. I remember years ago, I would come here and the scooters were all gas powered. But now these little scooters are pretty common, pretty affordable. So the three brands I can see in front of us are all Chinese brands: XPENG, AION, and I don't know, a lot of these scooters. It's kind of interesting watching scooters, people go and walk or not walk, like they just kind of keep going, kind of just go and stop. And I think one rule I've learned traveling here in Vietnam is go forward, never backwards, so you're predictable. If you jump back and forth, you're kind of like a chicken playing a game of Frogger, you know, trying to cross the road. So like we got checking out the water. Again, check out all the vegetation here. I know it's not something you really want to look at, but the reality is they spend a lot of time and manpower maintaining their roads, their vegetation, and of course the buildings. They spend a lot of time on these buildings. Look at these buildings. Those are modern buildings. Those are residential buildings right there. Again, we're in the Bao'an area. You know, Futian is the downtown Shenzhen area. All right, we kind of missed our turn, but the cool thing about China is you just kind of slowly brake and then people will work around you as you make your way over. Whereas in America, you know, you might have been driven off the road, making people angry. Totally understandable because, you know, safety first. You want to maintain that safety. Look at these bridges. We're under the bridges. See a small reflection. Well, they got all these delivery couriers. You know, you can get your packages same day, whether it's the food guy, like this little dude over here. You know, you got the yellows, orange, green guys. They're usually all delivering food. Oh, is that a RoboTaxi? That's us right there. All right, let's go check it out. Okay. We got the microphone. It doesn't know that we're here. Ready? Here we go. So this isn't just like one of those videos like, hey, look at my RoboTaxi. No, this is like, hey, let's get to that RoboTaxi video. Ni hao. So here's our RoboTaxi.
Yep.
We're gonna try to figure out how to open the door and get in, but our buddy JT has been helping us with booking it.
You just click here.